with arbitrary lines of jurisdiction.
A wildfire in San Rafael's Dominican neighborhood last week could have been much worse had homeowners not cleared a large area around their property. In San Rafael, Jeffrey Shao, KCBS.
KCBS News Time 3:13. We're 2 minutes away from the KCBS Sports Line.
My friends at Pacific Coast Termite have treated almost 50,000 commercial businesses and homes, including mine. They can help you too. Joe Starkey here. For years, you've been hearing me talk about the great experience my family and I had with Pacific Coast Termite. Well, recently I visited their Fremont headquarters to personally thank them for their excellent work. I was impressed with everything from their professional, courteous operators answering the phone to the experienced technicians who were headed out on home inspections throughout the Bay Area. They are A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. Pacific Coast Termite solved my termite rodent problems. They use orange oil and Elprocel. They kill the termites and guarantee their work for 2 years. So if you're even thinking about a termite treatment, start where I did. Call Pacific Coast Termite at 800-PACIFIC. Call now and get 10% off your termite treatment. If you're an apartment or HOA owner, Pacific Coast Termite can help you too. That's 800-722-4342 or visit PacificCoastTermite.com today.
Yeah, Coach Ice-T, who's ready to spin? We're starting with the big hill. Let's ride.
Why is Ice-T leading our spin class?
It's probably the Honey Nut Cheerios. He found out that can help lower cholesterol. Now he's having fun taking care of his heart in all sorts of new ways.
That's right, Buzz. Now spin it. Really pour your heart into it and pick it up.
Learn more by picking up a box of Cheerios. And check out our Pour Your Heart Into It audio workouts with Ice-T and Buzz to get your heart pumping. This week at Macy's, give love its style with an extra 25% off gifts for Father's Day when you use your coupon or Macy's card. Or shop specials like 25% off designer underwear, undershirts, and socks. Polos from Club Rue, Alfani, and more, $14.99 to $24. And a rugged Esquire bracelet for $24.99 with a qualifying purchase. Going on now at Macy's. Shop on the Macy's app to score deals, track your savings, and mark your faves. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply. Coming up on KCBS.
This is Matt Bigler. Inflation means some dads may be getting donated clothing this Father's Day.
KCBS News Time 3:15.
It's time for sports. We're going to check back with Kevin at the Bay Area Chevy Dealer Sports Desk. Kev?
Yeah, Kansas City with a 3-2 lead, bottom 8. The Giants have a man on and one man out. Casey scored 200 runs in the first on an error by Brandon Crawford. Giants got it with 2 in the fourth. Felt homered. Caselli sack fly, and the Royals broke a 2-2 tie with a run in the 8th off John Brevia on Whit Merrifield sack fly. The A's at Boston tonight at 4:10. And today in Boston, after Warriors practice, Draymond Green told a nice story about the togetherness of the big three on the Warriors team.
It's funny, we were sitting on the plane yesterday, and Steph, Clay, and I, we sit at the same table. And Bob walked past me, he's like, man, you guys are funny. Y'all still sit together. And he's like, y'all don't understand this. 10 years like this does not happen. Like, guys still sitting together at the same table. Like, he's like, guys not even on the same team for 10 years, let alone still sitting at the same table and enjoying each other's conversation and presence.
Yeah, Draymond says the ties that bind run deep.
We all appreciate each other. We understand what each of us bring to the table. And our bond it stretches far past what we've accomplished on the basketball court. You're talking the bonds. Those bonds will last forever.
Game 6 coming up tomorrow night. Can you imagine a win on the road at Boston? What that would mean to their legacy? Wow. At the Sports Desk, Kevin Radich, KCBS.
The Honest Diapers and Wipes bundle was made to give you peace of mind and one less thing to do. Good for the planet, good for your baby, and good for you to mix and match sizes in the coolest seasonal prints. Their hypoallergenic wipes are made with over 99% water and 100% plant-based cloths for all life's messes. Plus, you save 20% with every bundle and get 15% off diaper duty extras and clean products for the whole fam. Check out the Honest Diapers and Wipes bundle at honest.com and use code RADIO to save 30% off your first month's subscription. Find the perfect home at the San Francisco Shipyard today and don't wait. Lock in your rate before they go higher. The San Francisco Shipyard has new construction, move-in ready homes with amazing bay views. condos and townhomes from the 700,000s with Lennar's Everything's Included upgrade package featuring Bosch appliances and more. Call 415-975-4181 today for an appointment or visit live@sfshipyard.com. That's 415-975-4181 or visit live@sfshipyard.com.
For a smarter start to your day, start with us.
I'm Jennifer Hodges in downtown San Jose.
Stream KCBS for news, traffic, weather, business, and more. Live in East Oakland's Matt Bigler, KCBS. Never miss a headline. Never miss a story. Never miss the news. Tell your smart speakers to play KCBS Radio.
Now at Big O Tires, from May 16th through June 19th, get up to $140 in rebate savings on select sets of Ford, BS Goodrich, and Michelin brand tires. Available in-store participating Big O Tires. See rebate form for complete details. Not valid with other offers. Void where prohibited.
3:18 and time again for KCBS Traffic News. We're headed to San Jose this time around for the latest there and beyond as we check back with Kim.
We spotted some slowing for your ride on northbound 101 approaching Blossom Hill Road in South San Jose. Turns out a moving truck was losing some metal debris, just what you don't want to run over in all the lanes. CHP Caltrans came along, cleared things up, so all the lanes are open, but that's why we have some residual slowing there in the northbound direction. Meanwhile, I can see southbound 101 starting to crowd up past Bailey Avenue for the commute into Morgan Hill, San Martin, and Gilroy, but no accidents in the southbound direction. Now, if you're headed into the South Bay out of Fremont on the Nimitz, southbound 880, that's really crowded now because of an injury crash after Stevenson. 3 cars now on the right-hand shoulder, but it's really slow from before Dakota Road. Across the Bay, San Mateo, still a struggle. Northbound 101, a crash involving a car in a ditch last hour just before Hillsdale. Lanes are open, but it's still crawling from Whipple Avenue in the northbound direction. Next, update 328 on the traffic leader, KCBS. Mancini's Sleep World 6-day forecast. Receive 3 free gifts with a qualifying mattress purchase now at Mancini's Sleep World. We have warmed up a little bit more this afternoon. Toasty inland, upper 80s to low 90s there, 70s near the bay. Cold front's coming in tomorrow, and that's going to change things. It will start to cool down. Friday and Saturday, temperatures will drop to below average, 60s by the bay, upper 60s, low to mid 70s inland with partly cloudy skies. It'll turn sunny, a little bit warmer on Sunday, and then temperatures should rebound to about average Monday and Tuesday, back into the 80s inland, 70s by the bay. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. KCBS News Time 320.
As inflation continues to rise, some families are turning to donated goods for Father's Day gifts. KCBS's Matt Bigler tells us about an East Bay nonprofit that is asking for donations of new clothing items for Dad.
Trucks filled with donated clothes and food are arriving here at the White Pony Express.
Do you need a receipt?
Chief Operating Officer Mary Dempsey says demand is definitely up due to inflation.
We have more people who are spending money on gas and food and everything else that's needed to support their families.
The nonprofit is looking for donations of new clothes, especially men's basics for Father's Day.
Activewear, athletic shoes, those are the things that we're desperately in need of for our men. We don't have that.
General Store Director Steve Harrell says what they don't need is formal clothes. Requests for suits and ties disappeared during the pandemic. On the other hand, he says briefs and boxers are always in style.
Underwear is always something we need. We hardly ever get those spread.
In Pleasant Hill, Matt Bigler, KCBS.
Moderna and Pfizer COVID vaccines for children under the age of 5, one step closer to final approval. The FDA's Committee of Independent Experts is unanimously saying those vaccines are safe for infants and toddlers. Dr. Peter Chin Hong, UCSF infectious disease specialist, tells KCBS people should expect final decisions by the end of the week.
It's really a rubber stamp, but I think on Friday and Saturday the CDC meets, and that will be the final sort of like icing on the cake in terms of paving the way for millions of kids 5 and under to get these vaccines.
Chin Hong also says that children under 5 shouldn't have the same side effects from the shots as adults, especially since the Pfizer COVID vaccine dose is only 1/10 of the adult dose for the young children.
After months and months of sometimes crippling COVID-related closures, California's economy officially reopened a year ago, and the end of the pandemic appeared to be in sight. However, it's clearly not over yet, and as we hear from KCBS's Melissa Colross, we don't know how long we'll have to live with the disease in its current form.
One thing we can say with confidence, COVID-19 is here to stay.
COVID is endemic. It's not going to be eradicated. It's going to be with us for the rest of our lives, hopefully in a much more attenuated form, but it's not going to vanish.
That's UC Irvine epidemiologist and health demographer Dr. Andrew Neumer speaking on KCBS's Ask an Expert. Neumer says case surges continue thanks to increasingly contagious variants and vaccines that prevent serious illness and death but don't stop those variants from spreading. So, no, we're not out of the woods yet. In fact, he adds, there's a lot doctors and health officials still don't know about the disease.
Because we're still learning, I think it's prudent to err on the side of caution. I'm still masking when I go to the grocery store because I don't really feel like, having masked for 20 minutes while picking out my food is really any less pleasurable than doing it without a mask.
Neumer does wish more people would get their COVID shots. Melissa Colross, KCBS.
New data from U.S. regulators details almost 400 reports of crashes involving cars with personally automated driver assist systems, saying about 270 of them were Teslas. But safety regulators cautioned today against using the numbers to compare automakers, saying it didn't weigh them by the number of vehicles from each manufacturers that use the system or how many miles those vehicles travel. Stocks ended up rallying today. We have the Money Watch with Joe Doniger. The words Wall Street needed to hear came from Federal Reserve Chair Jay Powell after Fed policymakers raised interest rates by 0.75%, the largest move in nearly 30 years. Powell told reporters investors could see a similar rate hike or a smaller one next month, but outsized rate hikes will be rare. That was enough to send the stock averages up 1 to 2.5%. The Dow rose 304, the Nasdaq 271, the S&P 55. The Fed is trying to tackle inflation without sending the economy into recession, and Powell says he sees no sign of a broader slowdown in the economy, but inflation is affecting different kinds of plans for families, whether they'll have more kids. A Care.com survey found more than half of parents of kids younger than 15 reported spending at least 20% of their household income on child care. 43% of those asked said they are less likely to have more kids because of rising costs. Joe Doniger, Bloomberg Business for KCBS.
Big tobacco cigarette butts filter practically nothing and are made of microplastics that are toxic and cunning. More than 15,000 fibers lurk in every cigarette butt you see. Could they harm your families? Quite possibly. They could end up inside of you, your bodies, and prey. Most studies even indicate possible links to mutations in DNA. An evil lie the future is working on. To the world, now you know, so sound the alarm. Learn more at undo.org.
Your summer starts here. Now during their summer sales event, you can get as low as 1.75% APR financing on select new 2022 Toyotas, including Corollas and Camrys, or get 2.99% on pre-owned certified Toyotas. And we make it easy to save even more with no money down on approved credit when you buy any new Toyota. Shop online anytime at EnvisionToyotaOfMilpitas.com or in person, where the 880 freeway and the Great Mall Parkway meet. Call 855-973-2594 for details. Summer savings, the right decision is Envision Honda of Milpitas. With over 300 new cars arriving soon, reserve yours today. Now get 1.9% financing on a new 2022 Honda Passport or Pilot, or get 2.9% financing on select new 2022 Honda models, including our most popular vehicles, Civic, Accord, CR-V, including hybrids. For the right summer deal, it's Envision Honda of Milpitas. Call 855-996-2274 for details.
At Princess Cruises, we take pride in discovering what makes you feel special. From making Judy's margarita spicy, but not too spicy, to making sure Tom's day ashore is spent kayaking, snorkeling, and waving to a dolphin or two. A vacation with Princess is all about making sure you feel taken care of. It's what we do best. Get the Princess treatment and cruise from San Francisco for just $59 per day. Book now at princess.com or contact your travel advisor. Terms and restrictions apply. Promotional pricing ends September 30th, 2022. Ship of Bermuda and British Registry.
Finally ready to entertain? Excited to have friends and family over for a barbecue? But worried your backyard isn't up to par? No problem. Call Mr. Pavers. Mr. Pavers can transform your backyard into your own personal paradise. Get outside. Enjoy the sunshine, fresh air, and nature in your own private sanctuary. From backyard patio patios, pool decks, outdoor kitchens, and driveways, Mr. Pavers can design and create your dream hardscape. And you'll be surprised how affordable it is without sacrificing quality. Mr. Pavers is Diamond certified and an ICPI installer. Book a job before the end of the month, and you'll receive 20% off and free demolition. Call Mr. Pavers at 833-MR. Pavers. That's 833-MR. Pavers. Or go to MrPavers.com. Make your outdoor space as comfortable and stylish as your interior with Mr. Pavers. Call right now, 833-MR. Pavers. That's 833-MR. Pavers. Or go to MrPavers.com today. Get out of the house and enjoy all your beautiful outdoor living space has to offer with Mr. Pavers.
Time again for KCBS traffic at 328. We're off to East San Jose this time around as we check back with Kim.
Well, we spotted heavy traffic on both sides of 680 in San Jose. Turns out there's a brush fire. We do have fire crews on the scene very close to the freeway, mainly impacting northbound 680 south of the Berryessa off-ramp. So the right lane is blocked on the northbound side. I can see where the Chilton Autobody collision cam at northbound is already backed up to the Capitol Expressway, and then southbound slow from Land S. If you're headed out of Milpitas, you'll get caught in a backup there. Also getting calls about some black smoke visible from Highway 17 near the Bear Creek Road area, not coming from the freeway, but close to it, so we'll keep a watch on that. Concord, there's a crash on eastbound Highway 4, Port Chicago Highway. It's on the right-hand shoulder. Traffic already slow for the commute there. And that heavy traffic in Solano County also related to brush fire activity in Dixon. Interstate 80 near 113 and Curry Road eastbound is especially slow as you head out of Vacaville. Next update, 338 on the traffic leader, KCBS. Breezy this afternoon near the coast and bays. Warming up inland, though. We're seeing upper 80s to low 90s. That's going to change tomorrow. We're going to start to cool down. Friday and Saturday, temperatures are going to slip to below average. 60s by the bay, just upper 60s to low to mid 70s inland. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
TriMark has been partnering with independent restaurateurs in Northern California for over 55 years. TriMark brings you innovative product solutions to help your hospitality business thrive. TriMark provides it all: food service equipment, supplies, and design. Visit TriMarkWest.com.
This is the Eye in the Sky Traffic Wash, brought to you by Ring Central. This is Neil, your eye on traffic, and today looks like a doozy. You want my advice? Ditch the commute and connect on Ring Central. They put call, meet, and message all in one app, so you can connect with anyone, anytime. I'm hearing from Chet in the studio. You're breaking up, Chet. Looks like you should have called on Ring Central.
Ring Central, simpler communications.
What's driving the conversation in California today? Every weekday at this time, we explore a topic that's making news in our state. This is the state of California.
Hey, good afternoon. I'm Doug Sovereign, KCBS political reporter, host of The State of California, along with Patty Rising and Jeff Bell.
The January 6th committee will resume its hearings tomorrow morning after postponing today's session, but releasing some new video evidence.
And a new question is emerging. Is there disagreement among the committee members as to whether they should refer what they have found to the Justice Department for criminal prosecution?
Yeah, and for more, we're joined live today on the KCBS Ring Central Newsline by Congressman Adam Schiff, the Los Angeles Democrat, who's a member of the January 6th committee. Thank you so much for being with us once again. And so you didn't hold your third hearing today, but it is set for tomorrow. Is the focus of that session still going to be Vice President Pence's role and the pressure brought to bear on him?
Yes, it is. It will be, that particular line of effort. There were multiple lines of effort by President Trump to overturn the election. Some involved pressure on state legislatures. Some involved the filing of bogus litigation. And one of the main lines was a pressure campaign directed at the Vice President, which went up to the very end. And had he not done his duty, things might have turned out very differently. We might have ended up in a constitutional crisis in addition to the violence we saw on the 6th.
Congressman, your Senate chair said the other day that he does not expect to refer cases for criminal prosecution, but then Vice Chair Liz Cheney said no decision has been made. From your perspective, where does the committee stand on this?
I think our chairman clarified after that in fact we have not reached any conclusion about it. And more than that, although certainly individual members have had conversations with each other, we have yet to have a committee meeting to discuss and make any kind of decisions. And I think part of the reason why is we really wanted to finish more of our investigative work. We want to get through these hearings before we reach that kind of a question about whether to make referrals, and if we do make referrals, what kind of referrals should they be and against whom. So